Hello everyone. I'm just doing a quick review of the Alabama Shake show that was in Portsmouth Pavilion last Friday night, and I've been posting little comments and Alabama Shakes videos, so I just thought I'd take a few minutes just to do a wrap-up of what I thought of the show and my impressions and all of that. I don't go to too many concerts these days because it's so expensive, and I'm very selective, but I was determined to see the Shakes, and boy am I glad I did. The concert was last Friday, under some nice cloudy weather, nice weather temperature wise, and it wasn't too humid, and once we got inside, I got there before they opened the gates, and the demographics was split between evenly, about maybe a little bit more heavy on the baby boomer, but baby boomers, millenniums, and Generation Xers. So a nice assortment of people there, and I think it was just about sold out. It was at least sold out in the seats in the front area. So the show started with an opening act that was pretty good, and finally Alabama Shakes came on about a few minutes after 9 o'clock, and my first impression of the band and lead vocalist, rhythm guitarist Brittany, the forefront of the group, Brittany Howard, she just took command of the stage. Definitely a woman with a lot of confidence, and she came on that stage, just kind of looked at the guitar and said, "I'm going to play you to death," and she did. So when I first heard her voice, I said, "That's the real thing. This is it hasn't been processed on auto tunes or anything like that." And I need to put on my reading glasses. I wrote down the songs as much as I could in the dark. They primarily played almost all the songs from their only two albums, Boys and Girls, and last year's Sound and Color. And of course Alabama Shakes is still fairly a new band out of Athens, Alabama, and rose to prominence in the scene. They've been featured on Sunday Morning, have won a couple of Grammys, and nominated a bunch of times, so they're well on the map, and they're doing really well. New People, Dunes, Hang Loose, Rise with the Sun, This Feeling, Heartbreaker, Miss You, Shoeglaze, I Ain't the Same, Hold On, Gemini, I Don't Want to Fight, and that's when the crowd really rose up, because that was the song that won last year at Grammy for Best Rock Song, and a bunch more. Just incredible set. I talk a lot about Brittany Howard, but this is a band of crack musicians who knows how to play a rock, R&B, soul type of music. And their first album was pretty much that, but I think with the second album, there it is, they've kind of moved forward their sound. And the band members, my memory doesn't serve me well, but of course Zach Cockrell, bass, backing vocals, guitar, and Zach, his bass playing goes right through you live. Heath Frog is the guitarist, backing vocal, percussions. Of course, we all know who Brittany is, and Steve Johnson is on drums. And the nice thing is, these band members went to school together, and some of them met in a music shop, and it's just they formed this band, and it's wonderful. The sound was really good. I thought, you know, I saw the opening act, and I said, "Oh, the sound's going to be good." It was, but primarily what I really cared about was the vocals, and that was, you know, as far as coming out crystal clear, about 98%. You know, that was great. And the band played pretty much. They didn't veer off of the way how the record sounds. I know concerts, some bands will have an extended jam, you know, with some, you know, improvised jamming to extend the song, but they pretty much, you know, stuck to the way the record sounded, and that was all good, but they did it in a way it didn't sound stiff, you know. And Brittany puts out a lot of energy, not necessarily in moving around. She does move around, but in her passion, the way she sings on stage. You know, it's not like, oh, this is just another concert, let's get through it, you know, and do what I have to do. No, she puts everything into it. Along with the 4 band members, they had 2 people on keyboards and backup singers too, so to round out the sound. So that was good. So overall, they did about, there were 2 albums, you know. I don't think on the first album they did Going to a Party or the title track, but practically everything else they did. And most of the songs from the second album, so you know, you can make a show out of that. They also did a song I haven't heard before, which was great, and the lyrics really moved me. I wish I knew what it was, but I'll have to Google it and find out. So, although tickets, here it is, expensive. This was after you tack on the service charge, about $94 a ticket. So $27 of that is service charge. So concerts, compared to when I first started going to them, are very expensive. That's why I listen to most of my music at home on recordings, the vinyls, the CDs, because in the end it's the record that counts for me. There was some issues. The Portsmouth Pavilion is an excellent place to see a concert venue. It's right there on the docks on the water. You can see the business buildings and the marina with all the boats and ships, and the dry docks for the shipbuilding there and repairs. So it's very you know, urban type of setting, and the area is really nice. Prior, you know, to the show, where they have the benches and all that, people can go out and, you know, dig some of the atmosphere, scenery. There was some issues I've had with, see, I got in the gold seating area, which was about midpoint, center stage, and a lot of, during the show, a lot of people who had seats stood up, blocked the view, but I'm going to address that in another video. So that was it. Alabama Shakes is a new band, artist with a huge future ahead of them, and who has already well established the beachhead recognition on the radar. And we're going to hear from them many years to come. So thank you all so much for tuning in, watching this video, and subscribing to this page. Your comments are welcome. You take care and have a good rest of the weekend, what's left of it. Take care. Bye.